Clear ba? Yung ano ko, yung audio.
Yes, sir.
Clear po ba yung aking audio? Okay lang. Pa-confirm lang po if okay yung aking audio. So we can
Yes,
see. Okay lang naman. No? Okay. Sige. Now, the rest, habo lang siguro sila. Now, tingnan nga natin saan na ba tayo sa ating review. So, check nga natin. Okay, I think yung kulang na lang natin is, ito we've done discussing wireless architecture and AP modes last time. Okay? I think kailangan natin i-discuss na lang is ito, no? And this one. Okay? Yan. And yes, so that's I think for today, no? So we'll just focus on wireless LAN. Okay? So let me share my slide. Yan. Okay? So last time, we just have an introduction on the wireless LAN architecture. And I think, uh, what was the other topic? I think we have discussed on CDP, right? CDP and LLDP. Okay, for discovering neighbors. So this time, this is basically just a continuation of what we started, no? Introduction of the wireless LAN architecture. Okay, so this time, so we will move forward to the other topics in relation to wireless LAN. So that will be, we will be covering the 2.7 and the 2.9 part of this exam objective. Okay, so we will, um, right now, so let's move forward into building the wireless LAN. So what are the necessary components? So of course we need, well, there are two ways to implement it. No? In a small network environment, you could have just simply having an access point, okay? And we call it autonomous access point, meaning this AP are configured individually and you could deploy multiple of them, and these are independent from each other. So you are just really going to manually configure them, and you need to make sure that, for example, there will be no interference of the wireless signal that is emitted by one of the AP. So for example, if you are just using 2.4, the 2.4 gigahertz. So if you are using an EP here and then you want to extend its coverage, and then you have another AP on this side. So this AP could be running independently. So that's basically what we call autonomous AP. So you're going to configure them individually. So you are going to make sure that they have the same SSID, no? So something like that. You need also to ensure that they have the same security settings, okay? And to make sure that their signal will not interfere with each other, you make sure that the channel that they are the channel that these APs are using should not be overlapping with each other. So just like channel 1 here, so on this side you need to implement like channel 6, okay? So you need to use what you call a non overlapping channel. All right? But if you implement, no, a controlled AP, meaning this AP are controlled by a switch. Sorry, no, they are connected to an the switch as their sabihin na lang natin yung uplink nila is going to that switch, and then on the other side maybe you have here the WLC, and the WLC is another component needed if you want this AP to be controlled, and make sure that these APs are controllable AP. So Cisco have this what you call LAP, no, lightweight access point, and this communicates with WLC using what? The CAPWAP protocol. Yan yung tunneling protocol used between the WLC or the wireless LAN controller and our lightweight access point. Okay? So this is typically um shall we say for ease of management, all right? And if you are to deploy a lot of APs, then it would be best to have WLC implemented. Okay. And normally WLC could be just running in software or maybe a dedicated hardware. So this could be running even just a VM. Pwede siya. Or maybe in a machine in which our it's a software base, shall we say, no? Wireless LAN controller, or it could be actually a hardware based wireless LAN controller. Okay, so with that kind of implementation, so that would be your different options. And normally, if for example it's a software based WLC, it's running on a server, maybe running Linux or Windows, and it's normally be located somewhere in the data center. Okay. Um, and of course, it could be no um, running also in a virtual machine. Okay, on top of the operating system running or that is installed in that particular virtual machine. Okay. And wireless LAN controller could also be located somewhere in the cloud. So just like what we have in Meraki, no, implementation in which the controller is hosted, of course, in the cloud. Okay, and we will just be given access to the portal where we can manage our APs deployed in our premises. Okay. And we normally implement the trunk, no? If we want to extend, for example, if we want to implement multiple SSID, and then you have SSID 1, you have SSID 2, and this is, for example, for employees, this one is for the guest. And these are associated with different VLAN. Let us say this is VLAN 10, this one is VLAN 20. And in that sense, we seems to extend VLAN to our wireless environment. And so in most cases, that connection from the AP going to our let us say switch port is it could be a trunk, no? Or it could be not, it could be an access point, but normally in a controlled environment, the AP would just simply um, communicate with the wireless LAN controller via a tunnel, no? A catwalk tunnel, of course. Okay? And I have some implementation wherein the connection also going to my WLC is also configured to be a trunk as well, no? A trunk. And of course, you can implement link aggregation. So WLC can actually, you could have multiple links connected to our switch. And with that, you can actually aggregate these links, no, in order to improve the bandwidth with that bandwidth from our WLC going to our switch. No, if especially if there's too much traffic to accommodate, so to make sure that we have enough bandwidth going up to our WLC, then you can implement link aggregation. Okay, so you can manually aggregate it, or maybe you can use the LACP, no, link aggregation control protocol. Okay. All right. So I have a demo later on this one. Okay? So it's somewhat pre-configured, but I'm going to discuss things out. Okay? Question so far, guys? Is there any question? None? Okay, if there's none, then let's move forward. So next part is the wireless LAN GUI configuration. Okay? So how do we create wireless LAN? We normally need to have just the SSID because SSID is our that seems to be the name, no, of our wireless network. Okay? And it can be, no, associated of course with the VLAN. Okay? That is this particular SSID. And for the wireless LAN security settings, so there's a lot of ways to implement this one. And the basic one is hiding our SSID. Okay, so that's SSID cloaking. And also you can restrict, no, access to our wireless network by filtering based on MAC address. So you're going to whitelist, no, MAC addresses. And you can even, no, blacklist, no, a certain MAC. And for the encryption and authentication, we typically use um, WAP, which is the recommended one, especially version 2, no? Not version 1, but what was the difference between WEP and WPA? WEP is implementing a static key, meaning the key that will be used for encryption and decryption uh, will always be the same, no, all throughout unless you're going to change it. While the WPA, the key is dynamic in nature, meaning the key changes every now and then, depending on the lifetime that you have set. And in most common, the default is 1 hour, for example. Okay, so every hour the key actually changes. Okay. Now, for the WPA, both version 1 and 2, you can implement WPA personal or enterprise. The difference basically is that the personal simply implements pre-shared key, while the enterprise is actually allows you to integrate like a radius server, no? Wherein if let us say this is your AP and you have your client, okay? So before it will be allowed to get connect, it will be asked for a username and a password. And the radio server, no? Wherein our AP is known to be a wireless radius client, and this may also be a WLC that will serve also as a radius client. um, will request to authenticate the user credential supplied, and radius can contact, for example, a authentication server like LDAP, no, or maybe an Active Directory, no, in order to verify if the credential is there, no, if it is valid. So that's the WPA enterprise. Now, with regards to um, QoS profile, no, WSC supports QoS levels like Platinum. This is typically intended for voice traffic, and Gold is typically intended for video. And we have Silver, which is known to be best effort. So this is to support normal bandwidth for clients. Bronze or background provides the lowest bandwidth, and this is typically intended for guest services. Oh, guest services. Okay? So meaning with platinum, um QoS level. So voice traffic are provided with, shall we say, um, is provided with the highest quality service, no, in terms of processing the packet if that packet contains voice traffic. Okay? Question so far, guys? Is there any question? May tanong tayo dyan. Wala ba? So kung wala, then let's move forward, no? To no, we still have the last one, wireless advanced setting. So this includes already the QoS settings, no, advanced security options, no, and client profiling, so which is used to configure how clients are categorized, no, based on um factors, no, like for example, DHCP or HTTP. Then AP group assignment. So this can allow, no, assign a specific access point to a wireless LAN, no, for load balancing or for coverage optimization. And also load balancing settings, so which controls how clients are distributed across available access points. Okay? So which is of course configurable, all of this in a wireless LAN controller. All right? So let's look at, no, tingnan natin yung I have here, actually this was my I have created this topology for a certain webinar, and I will just be using Packet Tracer, no, because I don't have any um AP, which is a lightweight access point that can be controlled, no, with a wireless LAN controller, by the way. So but one good thing, no, so of our packet tracer of from Cisco. So you can, no, you can actually enroll with the Cisco introduction to packet tracer, by the way, so that you can try out, no, using packet tracer, and it's really a good tool, no, for learning. So this is free. I think there's a introduction to packet tracer. So I think this is available for also for the public, no? So you can enroll, no, with this free. Meron yan. Wait lang ah. Free course. Okay, I think this one. Free training and download, no? So that you can also try out, no? Yung i-demo ko today. Right. There is here getting started with the Cisco Packet Tracer. So this is a 2-hour free training. Okay, self-paced po yan. And I think bigyan din kayo ng badge ni Cisco, no? So that you can try, no, this tool. It's really a very very good tool. So try niyo po, no? Bigyan din kayo ni Cisco nito ng ano, no, ng badge. Okay? And it's really a good tool also for learning. Okay? And also in the Cisco University, so you can just create an account there. Cisco U. So kindly create an account here. And so you can look for free courses, no, available. So please, no, have an account, no. And one of that is of course the introduction to Cisco Packet Tracer. Okay? So enroll po kayo diyan, no, para merong mga courses dito na free na pwede nyo ma-leverage at saka mabigyan din kayo ng mga badge and certificates. Okay? Punta tayo dito. So I have prepared, ma'am. This is already, I already have configured all the switches in here. So we will not be configuring the router and switches from scratch. So, what I just want to show you is that how the wireless LAN controller work. Okay? So ginawa ko na ito before for one of my webinar. And um, the wireless LAN controller is located in the data center. So its IP is 192.168.1.11.12. So and it is actually we are reachable from this side, the end user side. And you make sure that the WLC must be reachable from the AP. What actually happens is that AP is typically um, in a DHCP client mode. And so once it connects to the network, it will try to get an IP address. And once it gets an information about the IP address of the WLC, it will try to contact it. No, i-contact niya yung WLC, no, try to communicate and once is authenticated, then the WLC will push all the configuration up to the access point. Okay? And the same thing that will happen if you're going to connect another AP. So you don't need to manually configure the individual access point. So as long as they will be able to get an IP address and learn about the IP address of the WLC, where they're going to contact to, and then the AP will just forward, no, the configure or push the configuration up to that access points. Okay. So first is that this is how you do it. In this demo, I think we will be using, these are actually lightweight access points. These are lightweight access point. And of course, we need a WLC, which is actually, ang model nito, simulated dito is that it's a 3504. No, itong WLC na to. Okay? Ayan. And then, yung network connectivity nila is already okay. Kasi focus lang po tayo how to create a wireless LAN, no? And make some necessary settings. Okay. So I think um ano na pre-configured na ito kasi meron nang na-push na mga tatlong ano dito, tatlong SSID. We have here the guest Wi-Fi, the employee Wi-Fi, and the management Wi-Fi. And all of these are associated with different VLAN. Okay? So, ito yung VLAN na to. No? Makikita natin dyan. Now, let's try to access the management interface because the WLC was already previously pre-configured. So, tingnan lang natin yung going niya. So, punta tayo dito sa computer andito where we are going to manage it. No? So, that's one good thing about Packet Tracer. It's really a very powerful and a very good tool, no, for learning. So, ayan po, no, nakalalagin po tayo. I think yung na-configure ko nito na address, na credential is admin, then pasok na natin kung makapasok tayo. So, prior, I already have configured, no? Settings here. So, pasukin lang natin, no? Kung ano yung mga dapat configurables. Okay, so in order to implement wireless LAN, no, in a controlled environment. So, hintayin lang natin for a while. Port labels, show lights, tingnan natin yung activity. So, malaman natin kapag mayroong activity kasi, yan o, nasaan na yung ano ko? Wait, open, ba't wala? Admin, ayun lang natin. So, the things that we are going to configure here, so ito na po yung steps, no, na, ang objective nito is mag-i-implement ng WPA2 Enterprise, no? Madali lang kasi i-configure yung ano, no, yung using WPA personal, no, which is simply pre-shared key lang yung kailangan mong iset. Okay? So, um, ito yung ano ko, documentations on the steps, no, on how to do it. Okay? Ayan, nakapasok na tayo. Ito yung itsura po, no, ng wireless LAN controller na 3504. So ito yung kanyang graphical user interface. Okay. So, tingnan nga natin. Okay. Kasi naka-configure na ito last time eh. So, makikita nyo dito na previously meron na kasing na-detect siya, no, na tatlong access points. So, kaya makikita dito. Okay? So, what are the things to configure here? Actually, pagdating sa network, kung titingnan natin, ito dito is just a normal port, yung 09. Okay? So, kung titingnan mo dito, wala namang special configuration dyan. Pero pagdating dito, so for example, itong gigabit 1/0/11, which is connect to our lap 1, tingnan niya natin ano ang configuration nito. Shoran. It is just configured. 11 is a trunk. Okay? And we set native VLAN 20, no, for uh, this interface. Okay? Right? And let's check. And it's configured again a trunk, no? So this one are configured trunk. All right. Uh, so yun po yung kano niya, no? And now, configuring for the ito yun, no? Pag mag-configure, let us say magdagdag tayo ng ano, no, ng SSID. Okay? Magdagdag tayo ng SSID. So, first, punta kayo dun sa interface, no, to create an interface, ano? That logical interface. And then you're going to associate it with a VLAN, no? So, ganun po. And then pagkatapos, you're going to configure it and assign with an IP address. Okay? So, that's one thing to note, no? If you're going to configure wireless LAN in the WLC, and these settings will be pushed up to the APs, yung mga lightweight access points natin. So, ang ginawa dito is that nag-create tayo ng another interface for the guest Wi-Fi. Yan po ang nangyari dyan. So, punta dan tayo dito sa controller menu. Puntahan nga natin yung ating ito. So, controllers menu. No, siguro may ma-feel nyo lang yung kunting delay dito, no, kasi this is a simulated environment, but this is what really it looks like in actual devices. Tayin lang po natin. So yun yung unang gawain, no. Punta tayo din sa controllers menu, and then we're going to create interfaces. So ayan, interface. Ito po yung interface. So click po natin yan. Okay. So you should be seeing here it should be three, I suppose, interfaces. So hintayin lang po natin. So nag-navigate lang po tayo kung sa totoong wireless LAN controller, ganito din ba itsura? Of course, yes. No? Kasi ang sinimulate nito is yung 3504. So ito po yung mga interfaces that was already created. Actually, not just three. But ito yung significant sa atin, yung employee Wi-Fi, guest Wi-Fi, at saka yung management. So let's try to check on this one first. Tingnan natin yung laman. Okay. Ayan. So kung mag-create ka ng additional interface, click mo lang itong new. Okay, so let us say mag-click new tayo. So ito na yung no. But you will no longer be creating one kasi na-create na po. No? Let us say create tayo ng another, no? Let us say for engineering net. Okay, let us say that's VLAN 101. So assuming lang, apply. So then you will be um, forwarded to another page wherein you can set the necessary IP settings. So, pasensya na kayo, mabagal lang talaga no, pag sa Packet Tracer. But, at least makikita nyo kung ano talaga ang itsura ng graphical user interface niya. Ayan po, no, you can set the IP address, the necessary IP information for that particular interface. Okay? So, balik lang tayo. So, yan po yung unang steps. No? Kailangan kayo mag-create ng interfaces. Okay? In which you're going to associate that with the SSID that you're going to create, the wireless LAN that you're going to create. So you need to create the interface first. All right? So yan po yung nangyayari dito, no? Okay. Ito naman is a settings if you want, no? Kasi kung dito kasi meron tayong makikita isang server. This is maybe a TACAC server or a radio server. If you have heard of the Cisco ISE, no, Identity Service Engine, no, it's an AAA server. Okay, but it's really a good one na pwede nyo din ma-leverage, but it would just require licenses, no, for that. This will serve as an authentication server. So if, for example, a client will be required for a username, password, no, a user credential, so the WLC will try to contact the AA server to verify that. Okay? And you make sure that the secret key that is set between the AA server and the WLC, it should be the same. Okay, so that the AA server that will serve as um, it also serve as an authentication server actually, or this could also be integrated to um, a third party, no? Authentication server like LDAP or maybe Active Directory, no? Pwede din ganun. Okay? And the WLC will serve as an AAA client or maybe a Radius client, for example. And WLC should be what? Um, known, no, by that Radius or AA server. So that will need to set a common key between them. Okay? So ito po yung key na to, no? Na set na to, na attacked secret, right? And kung balik up, titingnan natin. So, tingnan nga natin ito kung naset ba yan dito. It's already pre-configured na din. Pupunta tayo dito sa services, AAA. So, I have here set, ayan, WLC1, no, for the key. So, that should match with that set in the WLC. Okay? So, dun po yan makikita sa security, no, na menu. Pupuntahan nga natin para at least alam nyo din, security. So dito ka mag-add nung tinatawag natin na AAA or Radius clients. So ito ngayon yung inyong AP, pwede din yung WLC natin. Okay, so I have created one here. Makikita nyo dito. So you can create new one. So ito yung create ko. And I think this one, ang nakaset na to, nito na ano, tingnan nga natin. So, ipahin lang po natin. Ayan. So, this is a shared secret. It's already set. And I think the one that the value that I set there is NetAcad secret. And then I applied it. Okay? So, kailangan magmamatch yan doon sa ano, doon sa a server that you have created. So, balikan nga natin yon. So, ito yung kung gusto kang mag-a-add dito ng additional a client, then you can. Okay? Uh, you can just add here ano ang IP niya and then ang secret key. All right? Ayan po. No, then after that, the next thing that you're going to do is to create an enable WLAN now. Okay, so punta lang tayo niyan sa WLAN, then create new. So puntahan nga natin. Um, saan ito? So WLAN, kung hintayin lang po natin. So, kung may tanong, tanong lang po ah. Dito lang talaga, no? Pati hindi ganito ka, ano, ka-delayed, no? Kapag actual device. It's not. Okay? So, with the packet tracer only. But, again, this is a good, no? A tool for us to learn. Okay? So, gaya nito, no? Naka-create na tayo. So, just click go to create a new one. Okay? So, try na lang natin. So, na-create na yan tatlo. Click na lang natin. So, ano ba yung mga settings na gagawain natin dito? Let's create. Let us say mag-create tayo ng panibago. Okay, so let's wait for a while. Then let us say this is a new profile. let us say engineering profile. Then SSID, let us say uh, engineering net. Okay. So apply natin yan. So we will then be forwarded to the next page of this. So itayin lang natin. And what are the settings we can do? Go for a while, guys. No? So this actually, guys, emulates the WLC 3504. Meron ng konting kapagalan, but that's fine. No, this is for educational purposes only. So that's one good thing. This is one good thing that Cisco really provide, no, for learners, no, to have really a good look of what really the GUI of the WLC 3504 really looks like. Okay, hintayin lang natin. Patient lang po tayo. Natin. Okay, lalabas din dyan. Lalabas din yan. Okay? So after kasi nito, ito na yung last na ano no na configuration na gagawa eh. So mag-create na tayo ng wireless LAN. And then you provide the necessary security settings. So what happens? I think naka-create na yata. So puntahan nga natin. Back tayo. And so wala pa siyang settings. Puntahan nga natin. Click na lang natin to. Tingnan natin. So we have not yet set the security policy, no? But we have already set the WLAN SSID. Okay, siguro ganito lang po siya kabagal kasi nga no, meron pa tayong other configurations we have done here. Like dito sa routers, sa switches, I implemented VLAN here and also routing as well. Let's just give it a time. But again, guys, if you are using an actual devices, so hindi po ganito kanan, hindi po ganito ka bagal. It would be of course responsive. Mabilis naman po. Because the next thing we're going to set is yung security settings. Yung mga security settings natin. Okay, let's just give it a time. Patience is a virtue. Yes. Okay, once we're done with that, yan, na-set natin to. Ito kasi yung dapat gawain natin. Pag makapasok na tayo dito, no, I just provide a an ID of 4. Kailangan natin i-enable siya. Need to set it enable. And then you need to select yung ginawa natin na interface kanina. So i-associate mo siya doon sa specific interface that you have created. Then after that, at the security tab, it is where you are going to implement either WPA personal or maybe WPA enterprise. Now, in this case, we will be implementing um, um, a WPA enterprise type. So you need to select the IEEE 802.1x, no? Standard here. And then you need also to specify the server that it will be using during authentication. At the advanced tab, you have that option to enable Flex Connect, no, for local switching, and also Flex Connect for local authentication. This would mean that if in case the if you remember the mode last time, different AP modes, Flex Connect is one. If for example the AP is not able to contact the WLC, so it should be able to authenticate the clients locally and also switch the traffic locally. That's where the AP is connected. No? So this the same configuration is done for the guest Wi-Fi and for the others. Okay? Tingnan nga natin kung lumabas na. Ayan, ngayon lang po talaga lumabas. So for the general tab, dito po natin isi-select kung i-enable natin siya. Sinasabi din. Dito lalabas yung parang hindi yata natin na-create kanina yung isa. No? So let us say ito na lang, management na lang gagamitin natin. Kung siya paano bagal. Tapos niyan, kailangan naka-enable yan. Tapos dito sa security, punta tayo sa AAA. Select natin dito kung sino yung server. Diyan. Okay? And for QoS, may kanina, no? Ito yung different levels but I think hindi siya supported here. But andito natin makikita yung QoS levels. You have platinum, gold, silver, and bronze. So dito po natin yan ma masiselect. Then for the advanced, you have here the Flex Connect if you're going to enable it. Then local authentication will also be enabled. So just in case if the WLC is no longer reachable from the AP, no, from the AP. Okay? So yan po yung mga dapat i-set, no, para maka-create tayo ng wireless LAN. And also the security settings, the QoS settings, and some advanced settings that can be configured from here. Although in the packet tracer, the limitations are there are settings that you cannot set. Okay? But for educational purposes, so there are uh, certain settings that are configurable from here, no, using the Cisco Packet Tracer. Okay. Okay. Then of course you're going to apply that. You're just simply going to apply that. Okay. And yun, no, yun na yung ano natin, makikita yung mga wireless LAN that we have created. So back na lang tayo. So guys, I encourage you to join Cisco U, no, Cisco University. Create your own account there and try to find some. There's a lot of free courses, no, available in Cisco U that you can leverage, and also there are certain courses wherein you can once you need to use a packet tracer, then you're allowed to download it and then install it in your computer, and then you can try the Cisco packet tracer, um, implement things in lab environment. So other than things that is covered by CCNA, there are also other topics that is covered even in other certifications. So the Cisco Packet Tracer is really a good tool for us, no, and especially for you guys. Okay? So yan po yung kunting demo, no, pagdating dun sa sa wireless LAN controller. So tingnan nga natin kasi pre-configured na to no. i-connect natin yung lap 2. Tingnan natin. Ito, currently yung lap 2 wala siyang configuration. So what will happen is, let's see alin dito yung mga configured trunk already. Show run nga natin. Show run. Uh, Still, port 11, we can connect our AP here. So let us say, connect natin siya. Port 11. Ayan. Okay, for a while guys. And I think this one is also in port 11 as well. So tingnan natin. So tingnan natin anong mangyayari. Fast forward ko lang guys para mag-green agad. So tingnan natin, wala pa siyang IP address, wala pa siyang IP address. So what will actually happen is that once your AP is connected, it will get an IP via DHCP. And then your DHCP should be configured with an option to provide information about the IP address of the WLC so that the lab will know what's the IP address of the WLC is. Once it knows the WLC IP address, it will try to contact it, then associate itself. Then once it's successfully associated, then the WLC will push the configuration out to the lab or to the lightweight access point. So bigyan lang natin siya ng time kasi dapat makakuha siya ng IP. So like this one, no, makikita nyo dito kay lap 1, ang IP niya is 192.168.20.12. And then ano niya, napusa kanya yung mga WLAN SSIDs. This will just take a little while. So, pabayaan lang muna natin siya mag-work. So, let's give it a time. I think this one is also configured 11 din yung trunk nito. And I already have configured this one with DHCP. So this serve as a DHCP server for all the VLANs. So hindi ko na po yan pinakita sa inyo. It's still port 11 pa rin. So tingnan lang natin. Dapat makakakuha siya ng IP. Kung wala, check natin kung naka-DHCP client siya. No? Click lang natin to. Tingnan na natin. Punta tayo sa config. Sorry, naka-static pala yung configuration niya. Dapat kasi naka-DHCP yan. DHCP, it should get an IP. Ayan, it gets an IP address. Same here, dapat naka-configure ito na DHCP. So make sure that your lab is naka-DHCP client siya. It gets also an IP address. That's the default. Sorry guys. That's the default gateway. So its IP address is, saan ba natin makikita yon? Andito na. So it got 20.14. So tingnan nga natin kung yan. As you can see guys, no? Hindi natin kinonfigure yung lap 2 at saka yung lap 3. So all the settings we've made in the WLC is actually just pushed to them. So if you want to add more lap, then you can just simply connect it to the right port and then it gets an IP from the DHCP server. And then the DHCP server will provide the WLC IP address and then that lap will try to contact the WLC. Once it is successfully authenticated, then the WLC will push the configurations up to that lab. Okay? So that's why this is a good, this kind of setup is really good for us, a big network environment. So implementing wireless LAN controller. All right. So I think those are the things I wanted to convey to you, no, for this session. And I hope you have now a good understanding of what WLC really is. Actually, Cisco have a different course, no, just for um, wireless LAN, especially for implementing it, no, in a large network environment. So not just one WLC, you could implement multiple WLC, okay, in order to implement redundancy, of course. Redundancy, of course. All right? Question, guys? Wala ba? Any question? May tanong tayo? Guys, wala bang tanong? So kung wala, then I think hanggang dito lang tayo and hope to see you again next um, Saturday, no, for another review session. Okay, another review session. Okay? God bless everyone. Bye-bye.